G'day everyone, welcome to part 2 video of creating my PC, Hugo Beford. Okay, so I was having a bit of technical troubles. I think my computer was struggling to allow me to use editing software and record and flick through PDFs and something else. I'm sure I could do something to clean it up to make it more efficient, but I've gone ahead and built out the rest of my character, his weapons and armor and stuff. We'll walk through that, but I won't be typing it out and thinking it through live as I'm recording. A slight tweak to our character from last time. I've decided to change his complications to just fear of Bradford investment. So he's worked for them. He's got a bit of their tech in his head. He considers it, he has a healthy respect for the power of this megacorp. So he's a bit cautious of them. And I've gone ahead and built out his, filled out some of his substats. So specifically here on the second sheet, the combat sheet, I filled out this top stuff up here and put his attributes down there. So the idea is that you have these two sheets, a non-combat sheet and a combat sheet. When you're doing non-combat stuff, you just have this first sheet here on top and the other one underneath. But then when you get into personal combat, you flip the other one, put it on top. So you only need to have one out in front of you at a time. So for making out his character, he's got his 5 resources, and he had his 6 spare time points. And yeah. Okay, so firstly, I usually like to start off with the obvious stuff. So this is his companion. So I've given him an assistant as the companion, which you can see here. You have a choice of assistant or squad as a companion, and so a squad is 3 bodies. A little bit more expensive, whereas an assistant is just 1 body, but it's got 2 durability and it costs less resources. And then you just apply a companion variation to it. So I've put a new companion variation, which I'm working on, called Gunner, which increases its hit dice by 1, but increases the resource cost by 1 as well. And I've given it the modification special movement fly. Because looking at that picture, I don't know, kind of big hovering yellow industrial robot. And then an important thing to keep in mind with companions is that they gain an additional hit dice and endurance damage per attacking companion body. So he'll be attacking with 46, which is kind of assault rifle-ish way. Now when using them in combat, so I know I wasn't going to go into the game mechanics too much in this video, but I thought I'd just do it here because we're doing it a little bit different in 2nd edition. Is that when you perform an action, so let's say snapshot, which lets you move and attack, you can give any one of those bits to your companion. So I might take the move and my companion shoots, or I might shoot and my companion moves using their move value here. Also, anytime your attributes give a boost, apart from movement, is you add that to your companion's attack roll. So let's say you're doing sighted shot with hit plus reflex, range plus focus, endurance damage plus focus. You would add your focus value and your reflexes to your companion's attack roll. So that's that. And the other thing is, in 2nd edition, you've got a very important keyword called sidearm. Your first sidearm weapon, which is usually like a pistol or grenade, costs -1 resource. And this is kind of your backup weapon. And for this one, I really wanted Bradford to not have a weapon himself. So I've given him so we've selected Raw Power, which is an arcane weapon, and it's got the sidearm keyword. So it's a pretty short range but decent endurance damage weapon, nothing particularly fancy. but it's a cheap way of gaining access to arcane variations. And for this one, I think I've decided to give him this one here called, we'll go with Show Off. You notice how they got multiple names? These are names to just sort of show you what it could be, because arcane weapons can be all sorts of stuff. But for him, he gets to gives it this one. I want it because it gives you access to this strong hit option here. Once per turn, perform a skill roll, and it could be like stealth to slip away, leadership to roar, biotech to show off your fancy weapon, medicine roll to heal an ally, and this attack gains +2 endurance damage. And you notice it deals no crit damage, and the defense, your opponent's defense is always equal to 12 plus their resolve skill modifier. So what this means is that I could do snapshot, do a move and a skill roll, and do an attack roll. But if I happen to roll a strong hit while making this attack roll, I can trigger mastery, which lets me make a free skill roll, which kind of feels like very helpful for this type of skill-focused character that I've got in mind. The next thing I've done here is, so we've got his outfit. So I've decided he's a corp, so he has a force field tie. So we'll just call it the defender tie. I might come up with a logo or something like that later on. And so to create that, I've simply selected the assault suit outfit, which is heavy and it gives me 3 armor. And then I've applied the functional variation to it to represent, it's just kind of, it's not really like super combat-y, it's more utility sort of thing, sort of frees him up to do other stuff. So that's his outfit, and then his utilities. You can have one utility normally, and I've decided to select something a little bit odd. It's called Wall. So the utility variation, the utilities, sorry, they don't have variations, are all here. You got a lot of different choices. And I've decided to pick Wall, which you can see here. And it is small, one-handed, once per combat. The prep action can be used to create heavy physical cover in 2 adjacent spaces. So I'm thinking like a little, like he's got a little, like a little force field ball. He sort of puts it down and activates it, and it creates like a little shimmering barrier, which I think would be good for him to hide behind, or for an ally. And yeah, so I thought that works. And I mean that's kind of him. Like that's him done. I think I still want to have a bit more of a think about it. I'm not sure how useful this show-off weapon is. Mostly it's because it rolls 3d6 and the chances of rolling a strong hit are pretty minimal, but it's a good backup weapon, and that's what sidearms are for. They're backup weapon. I could power game it a bit more and give him a grenade or stuff like that, but I thought I really don't want to have a weapon as a bit of a, bit of a creative challenge for me to see how it goes. Yeah, so this at a later stage, I'm going to walk through this character sheet in detail. Okay, but for now, I just want to give you guys a bit of a look at it. So let me see if I can open up. Just going to open up some stuff and walk these through with you. Okay, so this is the normal character sheet. You can just download PDF, and you've got your non-combat page here, your personal combat page here, and then your spacecraft page, which is sort of like a shared character sheet between all of the party. And that's effectively it. Then you've got your GM sheet here. So these are, I'll probably do a few different versions of these, but this is just for the GM to have an entire encounter on one page. So you've got room here for henchmen and troops, and then either a skilled or a nemesis. one there with the actions and some shorthand sort of notes of effects and skills and stuff like that here. And the same thing for spacecraft. So again, it's just all summarized in one sheet for the GM. And in the playtest packet, you've also got these, which are some pre-made characters for people. And so these are really trimmed down character sheets, which effectively shows you the most important bits. Okay, so you got your skill rolls and your sort of combat-y stuff here and your equipment and things like that. I mean, this is effectively a character. It's just in one page. But I've done the bigger, more spread out sheets so you can sort of track where numbers go and things like that, and places for notes and stuff. Yeah, cool. Okay, very short video today. This is, yeah, hopefully I don't need to re-record this video. Sorry for the technical troubles. Have a great day.